Present.
Councilman Tarantini,
Present.
Supervisor Keating,
Present.
Councilwoman Lukacek,
Absent.
Councilwoman Martin.
Present.
Councilman Munger, pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, tonight, under preliminary matters, we actually added on downstairs, we're going to schedule a public hearing. We have a public hearing with the Boston Town Board. It's going to be scheduled for May 1st, 2019 at 7:30 at the Boston Town Hall. So I will read off the public hearing and also request that the town clerk publish a notice in the local paper. But then also public hearing shall be held by the Boston Town Board of the Town of Boston on May 1st, 2019 at 7:30 p.m. at Boston Town Hall, 8500 Boston State Road, Boston, New York, to hear any and all persons either for or against the 2019 local law intro entitled "A Local Law to Repeal and Replace Chapter 60 of the Boston Town Code, Flood Damage Prevention." This local law contains new and revised provisions to bring the town into compliance with changes to the floodplain management requirements of the National Flood Insurance Program. Copies of the proposed law, sponsored by Councilman Munger, are on file with the town clerk's office Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. So I'll make a motion to schedule a public hearing.
I'll second that.
Councilman Munger,
Yes.
Councilman Tarantini,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilwoman Martin.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, moving on to regular business this evening, we have item number 1, which is the correction adoption of the minutes from the March 20th, 2019 board meeting. Councilwoman Martin.
Thank you, Supervisor Keating. I had an opportunity to review the minutes from meeting March 20th, and everything is in order, so I make a motion to accept these minutes.
I'll second.
Councilman Munger,
Yes.
Councilman Tarantini,
I was not present at the meeting, so I will abstain.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilwoman Martin.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, moving on to item number 2 under regular business tonight, we have the correction of all fund bills. Councilman Tarantini.
Thank you, Supervisor Keating. I had an opportunity to audit some of the fund bills this evening, and I make a motion that we adopt the consideration of fund bills at $89,898.06.
I'll second that.
Councilman Munger,
Yes.
Councilman Tarantini,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilwoman Martin.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, item number 3, correspondence. No correspondence this evening, so we'll move on to item number 4 under new business. Request from the floor. Please come up to the microphone, state your name and your address. You have 2 minutes.
Hi, everyone. I'm Denise Conrad. He's here, I think October, and I'm a resident here on Taylor. I wondered if any issue would be taken with regard to the traffic. I know the speed on Taylor is 40. They can hear me. Thank you. I know, thank you. It's 40 and along Everett it's 35. I'm finding that it's like at least 2,000 cars that just, again, there's no rule up there, there's no control. I'm wondering, I did call the Hamburg, thinking maybe they could help because we're right on the border of our county. And I talked to Joe Donlin in Hamburg. He said that I should ask one of the council people here to look into talking to a traffic liaison to the county, and maybe we could get some type of account on Eckerd Road and the people there. And also, I want to address, I have I don't know what it's called. It's a call card here. I was it's seated in my living room when I saw the Erie County Sheriff's Department pulled somebody over. And I went over and he was looking into the inside of this woman's car. He said, well, just a minute. So I said, okay, and I stood by. And I was telling him my concerns about the street being what it is, and if that's how it is, fine, but we pay taxes, and, not something should be done, but, I don't see anybody, and they're hikers and joggers and all that. So anyway, I talked to, the officer, I gave him 10 minutes, and he came over, very, very nice, and I started to get a little heated with my voice. I raised my voice a little bit. And within probably 5 minutes, another car pulled up from the state county sheriff's pulled up, put the brakes on me, and said, "What are you doing talking to my officer, my partner like that for?" And I don't know where he came from. And law enforcement, and they're, I'm a citizen, and they're talking to me like that. And I said, well, I'll lower my voice, I'm just a little heated because of all the, I sit in my living room and trucks go by, they have to stop, and then they jacking or whatever they do.
Jake
brakes.
It's awful. And my house shakes. And that's why I got aggravated, and I was telling this officer, the other guy came in. He went on, and he said, well, you're a resident of Boston, and why don't you join the council? And I said, well, actually my neighbor across the street moved because of the interference, it's just, there's no guard. We need to be guarded, people go up and down the street, but, we live there. I go to my mailbox and just, if we can maybe get a sign and slow down, or get a count on Eckert Road for the number of traffic, maybe get it 4-way, I don't know. But to get back to this guy this officer that came up to me, and he drilled me for about 5 minutes, and I was shaking. He said, well, if you're upset, move. I had him. I said, well, the greenhouse, they moved because of the confusion. And he said, well, why don't you join the council? And I said, I've been there a few times, and I know Mr. Keating. And I've discussed it, and it's important not just to me, but everybody there. And he said, well, I came from Sardinia, and we only have 8 troopers, amongst that. Why don't you talk to, Eden has a backup. And he said, Boston has more money. And I just, so he sort of slowly, got out and then got in his car, never said anything to me, never, and I just thought it was terrible, for his presence to be that way.
I appreciate bringing your concern. I know you and I sort of spoke about this last year. One of the things, actually, so everybody can hear, actually, when Mrs. Conrad and I had met last year, I did reach out to the Erie County Sheriff's Office. We did put the sign out on Taylor Road, which we actually still have the reports if anybody would ever like to see them, but I do have the reports. They placed one of the traffic counting and speed monitoring signs facing down out Taylor Road towards Hamburg. And so we have traffic counts, we have speed data, and that was over a 2-week period. It's 2 weeks with the sign turned off, indicating the speed, and then 2 weeks with the speed limit sign turned on, so you can see how fast you're going. It would flash, bringing awareness that you're exceeding the speed limit. So I have that data. I did also, and I know you're aware of this, I did reach over to Sergeant Osarjek, who is over at the State Trooper Barracks. They only have so many troop cars, that is the truth. When it comes to the state police, they only have so many. And a lot of these instances, from a town board side of things, we're a governing board, we're not an authority board. So when any one of us up here are working with either the Erie County Sheriff's Office, since we don't have a local law enforcement office, we work with the Sheriff's Office or the New York State Police, and really it's a matter of them truthfully being there to witness these things. I don't doubt it, because I'm trying to remember your neighbor's name that sadly ended up having to move, but she provided me a bunch of videos of people literally going through the stop sign. And I certainly don't dispute anything that you're telling me. I'm aware of it. I shared that with the state troopers and with the sheriff's department. It's just a matter truly of either law enforcement agency being there at the right time, right place to catch any of these infractions, essentially.
6 to 8 in the morning, and 4 to 6:30. They're every which way. And they come up Eckert, they make a right into the new subdivision.
Yes, on the right-hand side, correct. So I can certainly reach out to our contacts again tomorrow. I'll be happy to do that for you. But again, I wish I could say something more, but they're likely gonna kind of take the same approaches before that they, it's a matter of them having the resource to have somebody there on scene to monitor that location, but I'll certainly
Yeah, that'd be great.
make that phone call for you.
Yeah, I talked to a lady in Timmerman, and she said that she had the same chaos, and it was the same time every day, and water would complain, and an officer was there when that person was there, and he was ticketed. That's not gonna do any good with, probably, I mean, sometimes they're 5, but this goes on from 6:30 in the morning, and my house rattles, and I have to increase my, if I have the TV on, I have to increase the changer, because it's so loud because of the 4 of the intersection where it is, it's at 10 notches. And it's just, I don't know.
If there's anything we can do, we'll certainly try to help you out with that.
I was even thinking like I've even gone to the county, the sheriff's department. I said, park in my driveway, right, Mike?
Yep.
Park in my driveway, I'll make jelly, peanut butter, ham, cheese, whatever you want, you know? But as long as people know that people speed, everybody speeds. My father always said, people are in a hurry to go nowhere. And everybody's in a hurry, and I understand that, but I think that they don't feel as free to do whatever they want on Taylor and Eckert, mostly Eckert, because they come from 219. Then it might, it might calm things down a little bit. And that's really all I'm asking. I don't want reports and, again, park in my driveway, whatever we have got to do.
We just so happen to have an Erie County Sheriff,
Hi.
a deputy here tonight, if you want, I mean, if he wants to say a few words, or if you want to meet up after the meeting, you're certainly welcome, but.
All I was gonna say
Go
is,
ahead.
I guess spread the word to have them targeted for a period of time.
That'd be great.
But on a day-to-day basis, the sheriff's
Oh,
office.
no. I just, but the
We have-
compound is in the morning from
Yeah.
6 until probably 8:30, and I get, again, semis, and I can look out the window and I even see the house across the street. That's how big they are. And when I called Cambridge, they said, well, anybody can use it. I'm not doubting or telling people not to use it, but just courtesy, slow down. They're doing that with workers outside. And what about the people inside?
Well, those videos that your neighbor had sent to me last year, I did send that over to the Erie County Sheriff's Office, and I also did send it over to the state troopers, so they saw everything that you're saying.
Mhm.
You're right, we have the video proof, but again, it's, I'm going, treating this a scene or situation, let's say 10 or 12 cars go through and they're fine, while a troop car is sitting there, and then you get the one or two things that don't. And I certainly understand, it's a matter of really them being able to identify, because they're not there to witness and identify the offender that's in violation of vehicle and traffic law. They can't issue the citation to that driver, unfortunately. But
I think where I am in the middle.
it is a hot spot, there's no doubt about
Because
that.
it's county,
That is correct.
so, I'm not on either side of the fence, I'm on the fence, I'm on
Yes.
top, and I don't know which way to go.
And Joe Donlin is from the Hamburg DPW barn. He's the supervisor over there. So, not that he can do too much, unfortunately, because he's Department of Public Works. He's the one who's very similar to our highway superintendent here.
Yeah.
But I'll make some phone calls tomorrow by all means, if you want to meet with the deputy tonight. He's here.
Yeah, super,
No. Try to help you out.
okay, thank you.
Yep, you're welcome.
Hello, my name is Russ Goldberg. I live at 6570 Hillcrest Avenue here in the town of Boston. Harking to the corner of Taylor and Eckert, I recall a study was done putting in a light there several years back. And it was determined that there was too little traffic for them to put in a light, which to my way of thinking stood reason on its head. They were saying that they would be inconveniencing fewer people by putting in a light. Given the idea of quieting traffic, this would seem an ideal location for a roundabout. That the truck, quite frankly, would know that they could not navigate at a high speed, and that would require trucks to operate at a lower speed in that vicinity. Again, that would also reduce cars. Quite frankly, the collision hazard, not saying anything bad about how the noises in your area, it strikes me as the collision hazard is far worse. We have a far greater likelihood of seeing people killed at that intersection. and that something should really be done. That being said, the topic that I really rose to speak about, first of all, I'll give a personal call out to Trooper Morgan at the police barracks here in Boston, who spent several hours a couple of weeks back when I fell at our house. And because of an icy driveway, I didn't want the emergency squad trying to come down and get to our house, and Officer Morgan came down and provided a very clean and secure route and secured the assistance of the Boston Fire Company, used a people mover to get my wife into ECMC for treatment. So, nice compliment to the activities of the troopers and other law enforcement in this area. What I did rise to speak to, however, was I noticed that you are scheduling a public hearing for signs. And one of the things that I think should be included in that hearing, if possible, is the fact that signs include fees for permits. And I, for one, have approximately $300 still paid to the town for permits that have never even had hearings scheduled. And would like a clear statement of when fees for permits will be collected, when they'll be adjudicated, and when they might be refunded. So I'd just like that included in the discussion of signs.
Okay,
Okay, thank you very much.
thank you.
Good evening. My name is Mitch Martin. I'm a community representative in Galvin. I know the board knows who I am, but in case constituency here doesn't know, I just wanted to make you aware that if you have any state level issues, state roads, DOT, DEC, or any other state issues, and you want to discuss them with me, I'm here after the meeting to discuss that. And I also wanted to mention that the Boston Colvin Chamber of Commerce, which I am the chairman of that organization, is having an event this Monday, April 8th, at Her Heart Barn, right on Boston State Road. It's free for small businesses. It's a Enrich Marketing is giving a presentation on digital media and social media in your business. So, and that event is being sponsored by Key Dealer Services. So I just wanted to mention that. It's at 6:30 Monday evening, April 8th. If anybody has any questions, I'll be here. Thanks.
Thank you. Okay, no one else, I will close the floor. Okay, item number 2 under new business tonight, we have an amended application for use of facility for the Boston Youth Soccer League. Councilwoman Martin.
Thank you, Supervisor. Yes, the Boston Youth Soccer League put in a request back on March 26th that was accepted with the, they accepted with the exception of them providing the fee, which they did, and also they added to the use of the Town Hall Community Room on October 5th for their picnic. So that was added on as well. The dates requested for the initial use of facility was July 8th and July 9th at 6 p.m. for evaluations. They're just going to be setting up soccer nets and basically checking out the kids for the team. So I make a motion to accept that use of facility.
Awesome.
Councilman Munger,
Yes.
Councilman Harderini,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilwoman Martin.
Yes.
Motion carried.
I'm just going to move on to the next one.
Sure, go ahead.
Boston Youth Soccer League also put in a use of town meeting facility. They would like to use the town hall community room without the kitchen on the 15th of July at 6 p.m. for a meeting of basically, I'm thinking, the presidents and the coaches. I am going to make a motion to approve that as well.
I'll second. Once again.
Councilman Munger,
Yes.
Councilman Harderini,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilwoman Martin.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, so Councilwoman Martin took care of both item number 2 and 3. So moving on to item number 4 under new business, we have application for use of meeting facility for the Maple Woods Cemetery. Councilman Munger.
Thank you, Supervisor Keating. Yes, Maplewood Cemetery is requesting the use of our town meeting facilities on May 4th from 10 to 1 for their annual meeting using the town hall community room without the kitchen. I would like to make a motion that we approve this use of meeting facility.
I'll second.
Councilman Munger,
Yes.
Councilman Karakini,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilwoman Martin.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, item number 5 under new business this evening with the application for use of facility for the Charlotte Avenue Pre-K. Councilman Munger.
Thank you again, Supervisor Keating. Yes, this time, this is an application for the use of facility from the Charlotte Avenue Pre-K. They are requesting the date of 6/13/19 from 8 to 3 for the family picnic. Setup will commence at 8, takedown starting at 2 p.m. They're requesting the Boston Town Park with lion shelter and bathroom facilities and planning on parking for over 50. Surprisingly, they will not be serving the children alcohol. I can't imagine why. And it is not a public special event. The fees have been received, so I would like to make a motion to approve this town application for use of town facility.
I'll second.
Councilman Munger,
Yes.
Councilman Karakini,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilwoman Martin.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, item number 6 this evening under new business, we have the request from Vincent Mangino to the reappointment as chairman for the Conservation Advisory Council. Councilwoman Martin.
Yes, we received a letter from Vince Mangino requesting his reappointment to the chairman of the Conservancy Advisory Committee. He does an awesome job, so obviously I'm going to make a motion to accept his reappointment.
I'll gladly second that.
Councilman Munger,
Yes.
Councilman Karakini,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilwoman Martin.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Item number 7 under new business, we have resolution 2019-19 authorizing the procurement of a new John Deere mower and trade-in of a 2007 mower. Councilman Karakini.
Thank you, Supervisor Keating. We have a mower from 2007 that's reached the end of its lifespan. We've got a deal to trade that mower in for $4,650 and purchase a new mower for the cost of $19,549.53. Our net transaction price on that is $14,899.53. And I make a motion authorizing the procurement of the new John Deere mower and the trade-in of the 2007 mower.
I'll second that.
Councilman Munger,
Yes.
Councilman Karakini,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilwoman Martin.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, item under number 8 under new business this evening, we have scheduled a public hearing for a local law amending Chapter 95 of the Boston Town Code regarding signs. Councilman Munger.
Thank you again, Supervisor Keating. Yes, I will just read this off. A public hearing shall be held by the Town Board of the Town of Boston on May 1st, 2019 at 7:30 p.m. at the Boston Town Hall, 8500 Boston State Road, Boston, New York, to hear any and all persons either for or against 2019 Local Law Intro Number 2 entitled A Local Law Amending Chapter 95 of the Boston Town Code, Signs. This local law amends the Boston sign law regulating the placement, type, and size of signs. Copies of the proposed law, sponsored by Councilwoman Lukacek, are on file at the town clerk's office Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. I'd like to make a motion to schedule this public hearing.
I'll second.
Is there some way those could be put online?
Pardon?
Is there some way that proposal could be put online rather than just being viewed on paper?
It would be part of the town board packet, absolutely.
Councilman Munger,
Yes.
Councilman Karakini,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilwoman Martin.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Yes, Mr. Goldberg, if you take a look, it's in our packets, so when it's scanned, you'll see a copy of that documentation there, sir. Okay, item number 9 under new business. We have a request from our town clerk, Sandy Quinlan, to attend the 2019 Annual Town Clerk Conference. I'll take this item this evening. I'd like to make a motion to approve our town clerk to attend the Town Clerk Association Conference in Syracuse, New York, and to cover her lodging, travel expenses, and meal as defined in our travel policy. So I'll make a motion to approve the town clerk. Thank you.
Councilman Munger,
I guess so.
Councilman Tarantini,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes, my hometown Syracuse, absolutely yes.
Councilwoman Martin.
Of course.
Motion carried. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, good joy. Okay, under old business this evening, under number five, sorry, we have two requests. These were actually on the town board agenda last meeting. We have our zoning board chairman, Kathy Pachaculo, and Tracy Hirsch requests to attend the New York Planning Federation Conference at the Sagamore. The chairwoman and I have had a conversation, and I would like to make a motion to approve both Kathy Pachaculo and Tracy Hirsch to attend the conference again this year.
I would second that.
Councilman Munger,
Yes.
Councilman Tarantini,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilwoman Martin.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay. And that is all for our meeting tonight. Moving on to reports and presentations, town clerk.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. First of all, thank you for approving my attendance for the conference in Syracuse in May. And dog licensing and renewals seem to drop off over the winter months, so please license your dog at the town clerk's office. Bring in proof of rabies. The charge is a very reasonable $5 for neutered dogs and $13 for unneutered. And the Easter egg hunt, the annual Easter egg hunt will take place on April 20th. That's a Saturday at 1 p.m. sharp in the, behind the town hall in the town field. And that is sponsored by the Boston Democratic Social Club. There will also be after that, or before that I should say, before the Easter egg hunt at 1, the Easter Bunny will also be here. There's a coloring contest and prize baskets. And that is all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Highway Superintendent.
Yes, brush pickup started Monday, April 1st, goes on the whole month of April. Then again in May, we pick up brush. We do every street one time in May, so make sure you get your brush out early in May. The men have been out cleaning ditches and cleaning up plow damage on all the town roads. We have Phil at the highway department, so anybody looking for Phil, fill out a release form. And anybody looking for wood chips, fill out a release form, we got wood chips. As far as the street sweeping, we're about 90% complete on all town roads. We're doing pretty well with that. And the residents that have leaves in the springtime, they must bag up the leaves. We've got the chipper hooked up to the truck and we don't have the leaf machine hooked up. So in the springtime, you can bag them, you can put them out by the road for the garbage man. If the garbage man don't take them, give us a call and we'll help you out. And that's all I have tonight.
Okay, thank you very much. I will add on, the highway superintendent is correct that Waste Management will pick up the bag leaves, but if they are wet, heavy leaves, please try to keep the bags 40 pounds or less. It's the same as your solid waste contractual agreements. Obviously, lifting is one person in the truck, so please try to keep, if you're bagging leaves, try to keep those at 40 pounds or less. But Waste Management will pick up those leaves. So, Councilman Munger.
Sorry.
Okay, no problem. Take your time.
Yes, the attorney for the town and I have been working diligently on a request for proposal for refuse pickup. Based on our most recent emails back and forth, I believe that we are, if not 100% there, at least 99%. So we will be moving forward with that and getting proposals to the town prior to, I'm hoping prior to July. Also, I will be reaching out to Erie County Soil and Water in the near future to see if we can't do some cleanup of some sort of the 18-mile for residents that live around that area and make their lives a little bit easier. Other than that, that's all I have for this evening.
Thank you very much.
Oh, I'm sorry, I lied. Mr. Goldberg, I have multiple copies of this digitally, so if you would like a copy of this on paper, you're welcome to have mine.
Councilman Carnegie.
Thank you, Supervisor Keating. Got a couple things. attended a Boys and Girls Club meeting with Supervisor Keating, who was over at the Trooper Barracks, which is in the process of renovating. And the renovations look great. Everybody seems to be real excited about this, and I wanted to thank Scott and Barry for their work, and also Bruce for his construction expertise. That facility is going to really be great for the youth of our community. So I just wanted to take a moment and thank those guys. Which segues into, we have an informational meeting tomorrow night. It's just a general info meeting. It's going to be hosted by the director of the Orchard Park Boys and Girls Club, and it's going to start at 7 o'clock in the community room. It's just an overview of the program. Any questions anybody has, come down and check it out. I can tell you that looking at the preliminary proposal for the summer camp, we've effectively eliminated the 2-week gap that's at the beginning of the summer and the 2-week gap at the end of the summer recess. So this is going to be a complete summer recess program, which will segue into a full-time program starting in the school year 2019-2020. So it's a really exciting development for our community. I think it really sort of hit me personally when you looked at the things that you can do that really impact the community in a real positive way, and this is one of those things, and I'm certainly very proud to be a part of it. This past Sunday, the Boston Fire Company had a pancake breakfast. The turnout was amazing. I think it was terrific considering that it was also the Maple, one of the Maple weekends, and I'm told that over 200 adults were served at that.
300.
300 total, over 200 adults.
That's
Yes.
great. So I wanted to thank them for their efforts, and also the North Boston Fire Company for hosting the event. We're still in the process of renegotiating the fire contract. We've got another meeting next week, and we're very optimistic that we can iron out a couple of loose ends and move forward into updating that contract. Last night we attended all of us actually attended the hearing it was a public hearing for the development project.
Public meeting.
Or it was a public meeting, my fault. And it was pretty well attended from the public standpoint. It was nice that people were able to express their points of view in a constructive way, and hopefully we can learn more about the project as it goes on. But it was nice to see the residents there and hear what their opinions were about the project. There will be a public meeting scheduled in the future regarding this project. And that's all I have tonight.
Thank you very much. Councilwoman Martin?
The only thing I want to know is there's a limit on the age.
What?
You
Well,
didn't mention an age, like an age.
12 years old,
12 years old is the maximum?
0 to 12.
You can't go.
I could set a couple of eggs aside for you, though. I mean, I got 2,100 of them going out there, so if you'd like one or two, I think I could spare.
Councilwoman Martin, please come to the Easter egg hunt. You cannot
I will.